Yep, I am sellotaping my iPhone to the window because we're doing things a little bit differently today. So yes, hope that holds. Hello and welcome to the video. My name is Cam Ward and today we're shooting this entire video on the iPhone. Which iPhone? Doesn't really matter, does it? Because iPhones are just continually getting better and better. And the purpose of this video is just kind of give you my thoughts and feelings on kind of the iPhone as a camera right now and who would I recommend it for. So for me, the iPhone is the ultimate all-in-one camera, and the saying kind of rings true. The best camera you have is the one that you have with you. And if you're in the market and you've clicked this video now because you're like, can I buy the iPhone to create content with? The short answer is yes. I think it's one of the best cameras you can buy to create content with right now. And I only say that because most people looking to make content right now, or people asking that question, are probably looking to make YouTube videos, such as say a talking head like this one, or kind of other content where it's travel stuff, or just kind of on the go content. And this may be their first foray into kind of filmmaking. Would I recommend the iPhone as a video camera? Yes. If you're making content like this, buy an iPhone or any other similar camera and just a little bit of lighting, because the iPhone cameras do love light, and that's why I'm shooting this with purely natural light right now. So as I mentioned, this entire video is going to be shot on iPhone in terms of this talking head segment, and of course the audio as well is straight out of the iPhone. And this is just something I wanted to try out, just kind of out of curiosity. So I am just going to ramble about how great the iPhones are. But essentially the iPhone is intended for the everyday user in terms of taking photos and videos. Pretty much anyone can pick these things up and start to take great photos. And pretty amazing video these days as well. It's hard to recommend any other camera to someone because there aren't many cameras which pack so many features into them like an iPhone does. You know, even these little compact vlogging cameras, I just don't think they're as good anymore. The thing with an iPhone is you've got autofocus, HDR, 3 different lenses, stupid frame rates like 120 frames per second and 240 frames per second, even cinematic mode now and ProRes RAW. Now, will an iPhone replace your high-end cinema cameras? No, of course it won't. I've done a video comparing the Blackmagic Pocket 4K with the iPhone. If you're interested in seeing that, you can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description below. But essentially, the iPhone is kind of the ultimate gateway tool. It's great for people just getting started, wanting to make kind of YouTube shorts or TikTok videos, Facebook videos, stuff like that. And I think we've seen that. It's been an explosion of content being made on the iPhone over the past couple of years or so. And it's really exciting to see because I started on an iPhone 4S, the first thing that I shot, and didn't look great at all. It looked terrible. You know, the tools are just getting better and better for people to use. And with the introduction of things like the cinematic mode, where you can pull focus and have that depth of field, it just opens up so many more possibilities. And really, there's not really many excuses anymore not to be able to make content. And again, content is kind of what it all comes back to. Most people are just going to watch you because of the content that you make. So the simplicity of the iPhone is kind of essential. It's what makes it so great for me. Anyone can pick this thing up, whether you're a pro or you're a total beginner, and still get great images out of it most of the time. That's my number one tip really, is feed these things, give them loads of natural light or just bring in light sources, because they're not great in dark environments, which is one of the downsides to using an iPhone. I would love to see them even get rid of the wide and telephoto lenses and just create one bigger sensor, just to kind of get rid of some of that kind of compression that I generally see on iPhone footage. I'm not sure if that comes down to the sensor, but I still get some of that compression even when using apps like Filmic Pro. But I would really love to see Apple push some of these pro cameras, and even if it cost a little bit extra, I'd be happy to pay for it if it truly was just a great sensor on there as well, even bigger. But I think they're trying to cheat it a little bit in terms of using AI software to get around that kind of hardware manufacturing side. These cameras aren't made for someone like me to go out and start making content on. They're just great for cameras for kind of vlogging or just grabbing a quick moment and stuff like that, for me anyway, because I have pro cameras to use when I'm creating content. And at the end of the day, most content now is produced for YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. Generally, these are compressed platforms anyway, so either way your footage is getting compressed at the end of the day. And I have mixed iPhone footage with Sony footage in the past, and no one's really noticed. Or I've done it in a stylistic way where people just think it's pretty cool anyway. So master the tools that you have right now, which is probably a phone, and then look into buying a cinema camera or upping it a little bit to a DSLR. Or skip all of that entirely, buy a Red or an Arri cinema camera, a good set of cinema lenses, and you're good to go really with making your YouTube content like this. So recently I've been working on a project in Barcelona with the watch company Longines, and it kind of brings me to the sponsor of this video, Artlist. Now, Artlist is a service which I've been recommending for years to videographers, and it's a service that I personally use myself. So I'm not just saying this because they're the sponsor of this video, but Artlist is a genuinely great platform for creatives. And if you're just starting out and you're just starting to make YouTube videos or TikTok content or Instagram, or even like small commercials for companies or even big commercials, Artlist is a great way to find royalty-free music for those projects. It's super easy and simple to find the music that you're after because you can kind of hone in and choose like the genre or the instruments that you're after. And there's unlimited downloads of the songs as well. The key thing for me though is that there's a simple worldwide license. So you're pretty much covered for any type of project that you're working on. And with the unlimited downloads, it allows me to, for example, on this project in Barcelona, download tons of different tracks and send them all over to the client for approval before we started shooting. Just made my job easier in the edit and also when I'm shooting, because I know what music we're using, so I know the pace and the rhythm of the video. So the subscription model is only $199 a year. There are no additional costs after that. But to be honest, it can cost a lot more than $200 just to license individual tracks sometimes from other places. So it's really not all that much money. And I do have a referral link in the description below. And if you use that link, you get an extra 2 months for free. Also helps me out and helps support the channel. So yeah, thank you so much Artlist for supporting the channel and sponsoring this video today. Like I said, fantastic service. I use it myself all the time and I couldn't recommend them enough. Gone are the days of me trawling through YouTube for royalty-free music for projects. That sucked. So this is great. So this section is shot on the front-facing camera of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And this is the phone that I've been shooting on for all these talking head segments and stuff. So as you can see, with a bit of natural lighting, it's fine, but as soon as you start going into low light, not great, a bit mushy. Thank you very much for watching this video. I know it was short and sweet and it's just about rambling about how great the iPhone is and, you know, just phones on cameras in phones in general these days. They're amazing. They are really great. So don't be afraid to go out there and just start shooting content, whether it's short films or TikTok content or whatever. And if you do have any questions or you want any tips or advice or whatever, just drop me a comment below and I'll try and get back to you there. If you want to see more of my work, check me out on Instagram at CamWardFilm. I have a ton of exciting projects coming up and stuff that I've already done, but I can't really share them just yet. So that's why I'm just making some bits and bobs content at the moment. So yeah, thank you very much for all the support as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, time to peel this iPhone off the window.